Namaste. Welcome to Embodied Unity. I am Madison Annette, and I'm so grateful to practice with you today. I'm trying to make this kind of a shorter video, so we'll see how that goes. I'm historically not very good at that, but I want to make it simple today, so no props. If you have a mat, cool. If you don't, no big. You can practice on your carpet, your rug, your bare floor, although that probably wouldn't be as comfortable, but yeah, I just really want this to meet you where you're at, and get some energy moving and get a little bit of mobility work, a full body mobility work in today. So let's take a seat and close down the eyes. Arriving into the world within. Relaxing the shoulders. Letting that spine draw up nice and long, tailbone reaching down towards ground, crown reaching towards sky, slight tuck of the chin. Noticing how you're showing up to your practice today. What's it like to be present in your body in this moment? Finding a couple more breaths to just notice. And bringing your awareness now to the spine, to your central axis. Feeling that base of the spine reaching down, that crown reaching up, elongating the spine. We're going to start off moving through the spine a little bit here. So let's invite in a couple seated cat-cows. And can you let the spine be really flowy here? Can you just gently, like a wave, move through the spine, not trying to sync up with breath or anything. So it's really more of a loose cat-cow. And then setting this movement free a little bit, making some circles. Oh, my neck just popped real good. Noticing what this is like in your body, circling in both directions. And then let's bring it side to side. So kind of like a little slithery snake movement. Almost like those waves that we did at the beginning, but side to side now. Moving the spine in all directions. And coming back into stillness, we'll pause to notice the spine once more. How does it feel to be with your body after moving a little bit of energy, after tapping in a little more with our movements? One more deep breath here. We're going to meet in tabletop. So let's bring those knees under the hips, those wrists under the shoulders, finding your stability first. So taking a moment to check in with the stability. Let's drop our belly, drop our chest, make this kind of a lazy tabletop. So not holding yourself at all here. Noticing what that feels like. I kind of start to feel some discomfort in between the shoulder blades and my low back. And let's draw it up. Finding neutralness in the pelvis, spreading the shoulder blades as you engage the core. What is that like? Let's alternate again, dropping down, getting real lazy and loose. And then staying present, maybe closing your eyes as you begin to slowly shift it back up, drawing it up into an active tabletop. Pressing the ground away. Strong, sturdy table. I could come set my teacup on your back and it would not fall. Beautiful. From this foundation, with this engagement of the core, with this engagement of our full body, tabletop is really an active position. Let's inhale the right arm, the left leg out long. And keeping that structure, that stability in your remaining limbs and your core. And we're going to do a little bit of movement here. So this will be our inhale. Exhale, we'll bring elbow to knee under the body. With our next inhale, we're going to bring the knee and the elbow out to the sides, 90-degree bends. Exhale back in under the body. Inhale out long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, 90 degrees out to the side. Exhale under the body. One more full round. Inhale out long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, 90-degree bend to the side. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, out long. And exhale, bring it back down, tabletop. Find a breath to reset. Feeling some warmth maybe has creeped in. And checking in with your foundations. Have you begun to tilt the pelvis? Can you neutralize it? Can you spread the shoulder blades again? And then with our next inhale, let's lift up left arm, right leg. Exhale under the body. Inhale to the sides. Exhale under. Inhale out long. Exhale under. Inhale sides. Exhale under. Last round, inhale out. Exhale under. Inhale out. Exhale under. Inhale long. And exhale back down. Beautiful, y'all. Let's sink those hips back for child's pose. Maybe your knees are as wide as your mat. Maybe they're together. Doesn't matter. Let's just take a rest. I like to bring elbows out as wide as the mat, bringing hands in towards each other to really decompress the shoulders. Checking in with your breath. Noticing the gradual slowing down of the breath. Maybe you can even feel the heartbeat gradually slowing down. Couple more breaths here. And then we'll straighten those arms, planting the hands towards the top of the mat. Let's melt the chest down for a breath. And then with your next inhale, let's begin to lift the hips. We're going to come into a modified upward facing dog. So the feet are going to lift off of the mat as you shift your shoulders over the wrists and then sink the pelvis back down. Chest shines forward, drawing the shoulder blades together, opening the front body, engaging the glutes. There's a lot happening here. We'll get back into it a couple more times now that we've established our foundation here. So let's begin to shift it back, child's pose, feeling that core engage. And in your own pace, in your own time, let's shift it back forward to that modified up dog. Feeling the glutes begin to engage as you drop the hips, shining the heart space forward. We'll do one more of those. Beautiful. And then we'll meet back in a tabletop. Let's bring in a little bit of wrist strengthening and mobility. So this is something I really like to do before flow practices, but since this is a mobility focused class, we're definitely bringing it in. So for today, let's bring those hands about hand length distance closer to the knees. So sliding one hand back and then the other. And from here, I like to curl my toes under so I get a little bit of toe action in as well. I'll inhale, shifting my weight over the wrists just as far as feels comfortable. You don't want to be like pushing yourself into pain. So just as far as feels good in your body. So you'll feel an intense sensation, but we don't want to be like, oh my God, this hurts. So shifting forward, and then we'll shift it back over the toes. Let's pause here for a moment since I had us in that forward position for a bit longer. And then we'll move with the breath. So inhaling forward, exhaling back. A couple more times with the breath. And I have pretty mobile wrists, so if you cannot shift as far forward as I can, please don't try to push yourself to do that. I've been doing wrist work for, gosh, probably a year and a half or so now, so I've definitely gained more range there. All right, so next time we're over the feet, let's stay there. We're going to internally rotate the wrists about 45 degrees. So my thumbs are making a straight line towards each other. This is the angle that my hands are at on my mat. Still shoulder length distance apart. And we'll do that same thing, inhaling forward, exhaling back. Trying to keep your weight more pressing in to the inner part of the hand. So if you begin to feel a little crunchy towards the outer wrist, try to bring more of your weight into that inner portion with the thumb, the index finger. 2 more. And next time we're over the toes, let's find external rotation, about 45 degrees. So now my thumbs are parallel to each other. So before the 45 degree, they were pointing to each other. Now with the external 45 degree, they're parallel to each other. And your thumbs might look a little bit different than mine, but try to find about that 45 degree external rotation. And then we'll do the same thing. Inhaling to shift it forward, exhaling back. Keeping weight in that inner portion of the hand. Last one. We're almost done. Staying over the heels. We're going to take those hands, bring the palms down, back of the palm down. So on the backs of the hands, fingertips pointing towards the knees. And you can keep elbows bent out here, or you can straighten as much as feels good. You can sway a little side to side, just finding a counter stretch in the wrists. Beautiful, nice and slow. You can lift up onto the knees, or if you want to get a little deeper into those feet, sink your weight back. Let's roll out the wrists. Nice and gentle, just making some circles here, finding that full range of motion. going in both directions, and then shaking it out. All right, let's meet in a seat. Yeah, I'll face y'all. Well, maybe this would be a little more helpful. All right, so meeting in a seat, legs out long. Let's give them a shake, a little wiggle. And then engaging the quads, engaging the kneecaps so the heels lift off just a little bit at the end of your mat there. We're gonna make some circles with the heels, or with the feet. Circling through the ankles, trying to keep the heels lifted off the mat. So keeping those quads engaged. Both directions. And release it back down, shake the legs out again. All right, so we're gonna bend into the right knee, interlacing the fingers underneath the knee. Left toes are gonna be flexed up towards the face, and then we're gonna make some big circles with our right foot. So just creating as big of a circle as you can with the right foot. This is really great for our hip and our knee mobility. So I feel like a lot of times when we're training for mobility, we only use the joint in the way it's quote unquote supposed to be used. Let's switch directions. But with something like this, you're kind of taking the knee a little bit into lateral movement, which is something that the knee can't really do. But in our normal lives, we're not always moving the knee just directly up and down. So by doing something like this, you're getting it comfortable with a little bit more of a strange movement. All right, let's release that. The right foot is gonna lift. We're gonna take the ankle in our left hand, and then our right hand is gonna come around to cradle that right leg. If this does not feel deep enough for you, you can take the right foot into the left elbow and interlace the fingers in front of the shin here. And we're gonna rock our baby, keeping those left toes flexed towards the face as you gently rock the right leg back and forth. In my teacher training in India, we would do this every morning. And if we got kind of lazy and we're just like sitting there, our teacher would come around and be like, your baby is crying, rock your baby. So keeping that leg up nice and high, well, as high as feels good to you. And rocking your baby. This feels a little deep for me today. Let's find one more deep breath here. Then we're gonna drop this right foot outside of the left knee, drawing the spine up nice and long, crown reaching towards the sky, left toe still actively flexed towards the face. And then grabbing onto right knee with the left hand. Let's begin to twist towards right shoulder, right hand landing on the mat. If you want to take this a little deeper, you can hook left elbow outside of the right knee to really push you towards right shoulder. One more deep breath. And returning back to center. Let's send right leg out long, giving it a wiggle, giving it a shake. And pausing for a moment, noticing maybe any differences in the sensation between the right leg and the left leg. And when you're ready, we'll start on the other side, bending left knee, interlacing fingers underneath, keeping right toes flexed up towards the face, spine nice and long, and we'll make those circles here. Finding as full of a range as you can. Maybe left side feels a little different than the right side. Mine does today. And we'll switch it over other direction. we'll find the cradle of our left leg. And again, this might look different. So let's start by trying to put right hand outside of the left ankle and then cradling the left knee and the left elbow. If you'd like to go a little deeper, you can bring that left foot into the right elbow. Ooh, I don't know what I did yesterday, but my left IT band is a little sensitive. So just noticing, breathing into your sensations, right toe still flexed towards the face. Rocking your baby, keeping it happy. One more deep breath here. And then we'll take that left foot, dropping it outside of the right knee, grabbing onto the left knee with the right hand as you begin to twist towards left shoulder, planting left hand on the mat. If you want to go a little deeper, hooking that elbow. And unraveling back to center. Left leg goes back out long. Let's give another wiggle, another shake. Let's begin to draw that left knee back in under the left hip. We'll lean forward, planting the hands, and push it up, downward facing dog. What's it like to re-arrive here? Maybe you want to bounce the heels a little bit. Pressing chest towards the thighs. And then with our next inhale, let's lift up the left leg, however far feels good. Bending into that knee, let's make some big circles. One more. And then we'll begin to bring that left knee down, shifting shoulders over the wrists. Left knee lands under the left hip, and we'll step the right foot forward, coming up for our low lunge. Finding your foundation, your stability, a little bit of a tuck in the pelvis so you can open up that left hip flexor. And with our next inhale, let's send arms up to the sky. Finding your foundation here. And then we'll find those same movements. So inhaling to reach up long. And we'll exhale to drop the right hand down. Inhale up. How does this movement feel? One more each side. And then we'll move through that half split. So I'm going to scoop my right foot forward a little bit. With my exhale, straightening through the right leg, making big circles with the arms. My inhale will bring me back up. Exhaling into half splits. And then this time we'll stay straightening through the right leg, folding over as much as feels good. Toes flexed towards the face. Beautiful. Let's take right knee back in under the hip. We're almost done here, y'all. I want to do one more thing with the arms, but what should it be? And let's bring that right knee back in under the hips. And flexing all 10 toes up towards the face. Let's inhale the arms above the head. And exhale to hinge at the hips. So we're not folding fully here. We're keeping the spine nice and long. Feeling the backs of those legs. One more deep breath. And then we'll release back to center. Let's meet in a downward facing dog. Get there however you would like. Walking out the feet, finding some free movement as you arrive into your Adho Mukha Svanasana. And we're going to find a little more hip action. Let's inhale the right leg up to the sky. And maybe that right leg is here for you. Awesome. Just lifting it however far feels good as you continue to press the chest towards the left thigh, bending into the right knee. And let's make some big circles one more time here. Oh yeah. 2 more. Beautiful. We're going to take this right knee, shifting our weight forward. Shoulders come over the wrists. Right knee lands under the right hip. Our left foot is going to step up to the front of the mat and we'll rise up for low lunge. So finding a little bit of awareness with the pelvis. If you're kind of splayed out here, you're not really activating the front of this right leg. So let's draw the pelvis in, crown reaching up, opening the hip flexor. And then with our next in-breath, let's lift arms above the head. Finding your foundation, your stability here. This will be our inhale shape, so let's inhale to reach it towards the sky. On the exhale, we're going to bring the left hand down towards the ground, reaching the right fingertips towards the left side, finding as big of a bend as you can with that right side body. Let's bring it back up to center. With your next exhale, let's take it to the other side, dropping right hand down, left fingertips reaching over. Inhaling back up. Let's move with the breath a couple more times. Exhaling to bend. Inhaling back up. One more on each side. Returning it back up to center. All right, so we're going to have a little bit of fun here. So with our exhale, let's begin to straighten through the left leg, coming into half splits. And I'm going to have to adjust my position a little bit here, so my heel had to scoot out a little bit. So my arms are kind of still active, reaching down towards the ground, left toes flexed towards the face. And then with the inhale, let's begin to rebend through the left knee, bringing the arms up and around, making big circle. Exhale back to half splits. So challenging your balance a bit here, continuing to move through this. go one more time. Landing back down for our half splits. Let's fold over that leg as much as feels good. Checking in with the low back. One more deep breath. Let's pull that left leg back in under the hip, and then we're going to walk the hands forward, knees coming back, sinking the chest down as we arrive in puppy pose. Decompressing the shoulders a bit. And then nice and slow, let's roll over onto our backs. Maybe finding a big cleansing breath as you arrive, sighing it out the mouth. Letting yourself sink down heavy. Noticing what it's like to be in your body in this moment. Feeling any sensations that are present, maybe still some heat, maybe heart rate and breath are still elevated. Let's reach our hands up to the sky. We're going to cross at the wrists so that the backs of the palms are touching. And from here, we're going to drop into the left. Oh, I guess we'll do the other side first so you can see it. So dropping into the right elbow. So bending right elbow down towards the ground, keeping the left arm straight, using the leverage from that right hand to weight the left hand down. Breathing into left shoulder. Last breath. Let's straighten it back up to the sky. And then we'll send it over to the other side, bending into left elbow, keeping right arm straight as you weight it down with the left hand. Last breath. We'll reach it back up to the sky and release the arms. Let's bend into the knees, bringing feet flat to the mat. Right ankle comes to the top of the left thigh, toes flex towards the face. We'll go for a figure four, a few breaths here. And we'll switch it over other side. And bringing both feet back to the mat, pressing into the feet, we're going to lift the hips, scoot them over towards the right side of the mat, and let the knees fall to the left. Arms can open up out into a T for our twist. Trying to make that right shoulder heavy. Last deep breath. Bringing it back to center. And pressing into the feet one more time, scooting hips up and over to the left. And dropping knees down to the right. Bringing it back up to center. Let's send the legs out long Arms come in by your sides. Find one more cleansing breath. And closing down the eyes for your Shavasana. Following the breath as it flows in and out of the body. Following the rise and fall of the belly. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat. As we drift off into the here and now, allowing your body to be your anchor. So whenever you find yourself wandering, gently allow the breath, the heartbeat, any sensations of the body to pull you back into this moment. And slowly begin to invite some deeper breaths back into the body. Noticing what it's like as your body reawakens. Being present to the reawakening. Inviting in little gentle tiny movements of the fingers and toes. What's it like to begin to find movement? Letting those movements grow. Letting your breaths get deeper. Let's stretch arms up above the head. And take your time to meet back in a seat. If you want to stay on your back, if you want to meet in a fetal position. Just honoring what would feel good as we close down our practice. I'm going to roll it up to a seat, but don't feel like you have to. Thank you so much for joining me today. This practice is really lovely to do before a workout or any kind of physical activity, or if you're just looking to get things flowing through the body. So I'm so grateful that you got into the body today, and I hope to see you on the mat again sometime. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I put new videos out every Sunday. Thank you so much.